Good afternoon, students. Welcome to 6th Standard Social Online class. Students, I hope all are safe at home by the God's grace. Students, last class we had seen understanding diversity in civics. Now we are going to continue the same lesson, the remaining part of the lesson also. Okay, landforms. Landforms. The surface of Earth is covered with a variety of different types of landforms. The Earth, the land, is covered with a variety of different types of landforms. The landforms is different types. What are the different types? Valleys, mountains, plains, islands, deserts, and coastlines. These are the different types of landforms in the earth: valleys, mountains, plains, island, desert, and coastline. Next one, social diversity. Social diversity. What is the first diversity? First diversity, landforms and lifestyle diversity. Landforms and lifestyle diversity. Second one, social diversity. Second one, social diversity. A community is a place where people live together with a common interest or heritage. A community. Community means what? Group of people. Group of people are called community. A community is a place where people live together with a common interest or heritage. Our community is made up of peasants, laborers, artisans, parents, teachers, students, and many others. Our community is made up of different peasants, laborers, artisans, parents, teachers, students, and many others. For a comfortable livelihood, communities depend on each other. For a comfortable livelihood, communities depend on each other. For example, parents depend on a school or teachers because the teachers who teach the lesson and discipline for the students. Students means what? Who? Students means their parents, children only the students. So like this is a depend each other. Okay. Next one, Mausiram, located in Meghalaya, is the land of highest rainfall. Mausiram is located in Meghalaya, is the land of highest rainfall. Jaisalmer, located in Rajasthan, is the land of lowest rainfall. This place, the rain is very lowest amount. Okay. Understand? Okay, next one, family and society. Family and society. Families constitute the fundamental unit of a society. Families constitute a fundamental unit of a society. Family means what? Father, mother, son, daughter, like this, no? So family. So these families, one family, two family, three, like this, these families together are called a society. There are two types of families. There are two types of families: joint families and nuclear families. What are the two types of families, children? There are two types of families. They are joint families and nuclear families. Families live in a harmonious neighborhood. Families live in a harmonious neighborhood. What is the meaning of joint families, children? Joint family means grandfather, grandmother, son, daughter, their mother, father, granddaughter, grandson. They are living together in one family, that is called joint family. Nuclear families means just father, mother, son, daughter. It's a small family, no, that is called nuclear families. Hundreds of neighborhoods collectively form a village, and thousands of them group together in a city. Hundreds of neighborhoods. Neighborhood means what? Which are the families, which are the members live our surrounding our house near side, right side house, left side house, and a front house, back house. So like this is a called our neighborhood collectively form a village, and thousands of them group together in a city. The needs of people and the interdependence of communities for amenities such as water, food, electricity, education, housing, and so on bring us together to live in harmony. We need water, food, electricity, and education, housing, and so on bring us together to live in a harmony. Though we are diverse, diverse means though we are different in our cultural practices, we are united and interdependent socially. Even though we are diverse, we are some characters or some culture is differ, even though we are different, but we are all united in interdependent socially. Okay, next one, religious diversity. Religious diversity. Our constitution declares India to be a secular nation in which all religions are treated equally. Our constitution, our Indian constitution declares India to be a secular nation. Secular nation means mixed nation, all people. If you want to follow a Hindu religion, you can follow Hindu religion. If you like to follow Christian religion, you have to follow Christian. If you want to be a Muslim, you follow a Muslim religion. Oh, that is called secular nation in which all religions are treated equally, no restriction. Okay, so every religion is treated equally. The freedom of religion is our fundamental right. The freedom of religion is our fundamental right. Okay, India is the birthplace of many religions. India is the birthplace of many religions and has become the home of many others. Birth of many religions means the starting place is the India for many religions. What are the different types of religions started in India? Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Sikhism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Zoroastrianism flourish in India. Okay, next one, India is a land of festivals. India is a land of festivals where people from different religions engage in many colorful celebrations in different parts of the country and coexist harmoniously. India is a land of festival. We celebrate different types of festivals where people from different religions where people from different religions engage in many colorful celebrations in different parts of the country and coexist harmoniously. Okay, the wide variety of festivals. The wide variety of festivals celebrated in India is a true manifestation is a true manifestation of its rich culture and traditions. The wide means big, huge, large. Okay, the wide variety of festivals celebrated in India is a true manifestation of its rich culture and traditions. Festivals like Pongal, Deepavali, Holi, Vijayadashami, Ayudha Puja, Navaratri, Durga Puja, Dasara, Ganesh Chaturthi, Bihu, Kumbh Mela, Onam, Miladi Nabi, Ramzan, Christmas, Buddha Purnima, Mahavir Jayanti, Guru Nanak Jayanti, and Raksha Bandhan are some of the festivals that denote the cultural diversity of India. It denotes the cultural diversity of India. Children, see, this is the Pongal festival. This one Deepavali, this one Onam, Miladi Nabi, Christmas, and Buddha Purnima. Okay. Next one, linguistic diversity. Linguistic diversity. According to Census of India 2001, India has 122 major languages and 1599 other languages. According to Census of India, in which year? 2001. India has how many major languages? Major languages means important or old languages. Okay. So, how many major languages? 122 major languages and 100 and 1000, not 100, 1599 other languages. Okay, four major Indian language families are. So among these there are four main Indian major languages. What are they? Indo-Aryan, Dravidian, Astroyastric, and Sino-Tibetan. What are the four main families are? Indo-Aryan, Dravidian, Astroyastric, and Sino-Tibetan. Tamil is the oldest Dravidian language. Among this, Tamil is the oldest Dravidian language. Okay. Historically, the Portuguese Historically, the Portuguese, the Dutch, the British, the Danish, and the French. What are the peoples? The Portuguese, the Dutch, the British, the Danish, the French. How many? Five. Okay. Came to India. These peoples came to India. For what purpose came to India? For trade and their occupation of India, or some parts of it has left behind a certain impact among the culture and language of the people. Okay, these people they came from different parts of the world, came to India for trade and their occupation of India. Okay, because of the British ruled over the entire country for over 300 years before independence. In 1947, the English language gained prominence in India. So, because the British people ruled over the entire country for over 300 years. How many years? 300 years before independence in 1947. The English language gained prominence in India. In due course, English has emerged as an important language and a medium of instruction in schools and colleges. So, English, because of the British people, English emerged as an important language and a medium of instruction in schools and colleges. Okay, English is a teaching language. It is widely used in official communication and daily life. So, English is widely used. Widely used means mainly or largely, importantly, like this. Widely used in official communication. If you go to any office, we can speak only English. English only is a communication language and daily life. Okay. Top 5 languages spoken in India in the year census of 2001. First one, language. Second column, percentage of total population. Hindi, 41.03 percentage. Bengali, 8.10 percentage. Telugu, 7.19 percentage. Marathi, 6.99 percentage. Tamil, 5.91 percentage. Again I repeat, this side language, that's it, percentage of total population. Hindi, 41 percentage, 41.03 percentage. Bengali, 8.10 percentage. Telugu, 7.19 percentage. Marathi, 6.99 percentage. Tamil, 5.91 percentage. So these are the languages spoken by Indian people. Okay, thank you children.